Life is a tempest of challenges, an ever-shifting sea of trials and tribulations. At the heart of Stoicism lies an enduring truth. While we cannot control the winds of fortune, we can master the sails of our mind. This philosophy, embodied by figures like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, is not a relic of the past, but a living guide for navigating modern chaos. These 10 habits, rooted in Stoic wisdom, are tools for resilience, clarity, and purpose. They promise not to eliminate problems, but to transform how we face them, making us architects of a fortified inner world. Let us embark on this journey, one habit at a time. 1. Start each day with purpose. When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. Marcus Aurelius. Every morning, before the world's chaos invades our minds, we must set our intentions. Ask yourself, what is within my control today? What virtues will I embody? This practice anchors us, reminding us to act with purpose rather than drifting aimlessly. To delve deeper, the idea of starting each day with purpose is not just about setting goals. It's about aligning our actions with our values. Consider this. Each morning represents a microcosm of our entire life. How we begin sets the tone for what follows. The Stoics believed that purpose serves as a guiding star, ensuring that our actions are not dictated by whims or external pressures. It's a call to focus on what truly matters and to eliminate distractions. Practical steps include creating a morning ritual. This might involve meditation, journaling, or simply a moment of quiet reflection. The act of reviewing your day's tasks through the lens of virtue, justice, courage, wisdom, and temperance provides clarity. By identifying your role within the larger framework of life, you ensure that each action contributes to the whole. In doing so, you not only navigate challenges more effectively, but also cultivate a sense of inner peace. For example, consider the story of a single mother who rises early each day to meditate and plan. Despite juggling work, children, and personal growth, she dedicates her mornings to aligning her actions with her core values. Her mornings are not rushed, but intentional, empowering her to meet each challenge with composure and focus. Take another example. A professional athlete who uses the morning hours to visualize her performance and reflect on her goals. This intentional practice transforms her day, ensuring every move she makes aligns with her greater purpose. Morning is the time to reclaim control, ensuring we act deliberately rather than react impulsively. Consider this analogy. The mind is like a bow. The first moments of the day, string it tightly, aiming us towards our targets with precision. Neglect this preparation, and our arrows fall astray. Let us add the tale of Marcus Aurelius himself, who, despite the weight of ruling an empire, began each day with his meditations, a reflective process that kept him grounded in virtue and purpose. Even amid immense responsibility, he chose to center himself in values, showing us all that no task is too great to approach with clarity. 2. Practice voluntary discomfort. Seneca taught, set aside a certain number of days, during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, with coarse and rough dress, saying to yourself, is this the condition that I feared? By embracing discomfort, we learn that our fears are illusions, often magnified by indulgence. Voluntary discomfort fortifies the soul, preparing us to face adversity with courage. This practice is a cornerstone of Stoicism. When we willingly expose ourselves to discomfort, we strip away the illusions that often bind us. For example, fasting teaches us that hunger, while uncomfortable, is not catastrophic. Similarly, enduring the cold without complaint shows us the limits of our perceived fragility. These small acts of defiance against luxury and ease recalibrate our understanding of need versus want. Moreover, voluntary discomfort fosters gratitude. When we experience life without its modern conveniences, we gain a renewed appreciation for them. It's not about self-punishment. It's about preparation. Life is unpredictable, and hardships are inevitable. The more we train ourselves to endure, the more resilient we become. In essence, this habit is a shield against the unexpected. Consider the story of a young entrepreneur who chooses to live on a bare minimum budget for a month each year. By doing so, she gains clarity about her true needs and an unshakable confidence in her ability to adapt, regardless of external circumstances. Similarly, an artist decides to live without internet access for a week to rekindle their creative instincts. These acts of voluntary simplicity remind us of our innate resilience and resourcefulness. The Romans, whose Stoic virtues were forged in the fires of both war and discipline, often practiced this by deliberately embracing hardships. Soldiers trained with heavier gear than needed in battle. Why? To ensure the challenges they faced in the real world felt manageable by comparison. Picture yourself as such a soldier, preparing for the battlefield of life, embracing struggle to fortify your resolve. Let's not forget the contemporary example of Navy SEALs, who endure grueling training routines to develop the mental toughness required to thrive under life-threatening conditions. The principle of voluntary discomfort transcends eras, reminding us that enduring the unpleasant strengthens the spirit for what lies ahead. In another light, consider individuals in remote communities who carry water over long distances daily. Their resilience, shaped by necessity, contrasts sharply with those who take convenience for granted. By consciously engaging in small acts of voluntary hardship, such as taking the stairs instead of the elevator or walking in adverse weather, we can bridge this gap and cultivate greater gratitude and strength. 3. Separate what you can control from what you cannot. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius. The storms of life rage on, but we, like skilled sailors, must master the art of steering within our locus of control. When faced with challenges, ask, is this within my power to change? If not, release it. This principle is both liberating and empowering. By acknowledging the limits of our control, we free ourselves from unnecessary worry. The Stoics emphasized the dichotomy of control, urging us to focus only on what we can influence. This includes our thoughts, actions, and attitudes. Everything else, the opinions of others, the outcome of our efforts, or the whims of fortune, is beyond our grasp. Implementing this habit requires mindfulness. When confronted with a problem, pause. Identify its components. Which parts can you influence? Direct your energy there. For instance, if a project at work faces obstacles, focus on the quality of your contribution rather than the final outcome. Over time, this mindset becomes second nature, reducing stress and increasing effectiveness. Imagine a seasoned athlete preparing for a competition. Despite the unpredictability of opponents or weather conditions, she focuses solely on her training and mindset. By letting go of what she cannot control, she performs with unparalleled confidence and serenity. Similarly, a writer working on a novel might face harsh criticism, but chooses to concentrate on their craft and dedication rather than external opinions. Now think of a modern example. An individual navigating social media's chaotic influence. They focus on the content they share and how it aligns with their values, disregarding likes or negative comments. This deliberate separation frees them from the emotional highs and lows of external validation. In ancient times, a farmer in a drought-stricken region would embody this habit by tending to his soil and crops with care, accepting the weather's uncertainty. His resilience stems from understanding his role, planting, nurturing, and protecting, while relinquishing concern for rain beyond his power. Likewise, in modern offices, employees might focus on their skill enhancement and relationships with coworkers, leaving corporate decisions and economic trends to unfold as they may. 4. Cultivate gratitude. He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has, said Epictetus. Gratitude, in the Stoic tradition, is more than a fleeting feeling. It is a discipline, a conscious effort to focus on abundance rather than scarcity. By cultivating gratitude, we transform how we view life's challenges and blessings, finding strength and contentment regardless of external circumstances. To cultivate gratitude, begin by acknowledging the good in your life each day. This might mean writing in a gratitude journal, reflecting on moments of kindness, or simply pausing to appreciate the beauty of a sunset. These acts, while small, can shift your perspective. They remind you that even amid adversity, there is always something to cherish. Consider a refugee who, despite losing their home, finds gratitude in the safety of a new country and the kindness of strangers. Their resilience is fueled by an appreciation for what remains, rather than a fixation on what was lost. Or take the example of a terminally ill patient who cherishes every moment with loved ones, savoring the time they have left. These stories teach us that gratitude is not about circumstances, but perspective. Gratitude also serves as a bridge between negative and positive visualization. The Stoics practiced negative visualization, imagining life without the things they loved to deepen their appreciation. Visualize losing a cherished possession or relationship, not to dwell on sadness, but to heighten your awareness of its current presence. This practice aligns perfectly with gratitude, making you more attuned to life's gifts. Practical application. Begin your day with a gratitude exercise. Write down 3 things you are thankful for. They need not be grand. A warm cup of coffee, a smile from a friend, or a moment of silence can all remind you of life's richness. Over time, this habit rewires your mind, fostering a lasting sense of abundance. Additionally, express gratitude directly to others. Tell a loved one how much you appreciate them, or write a letter to someone who has impacted your life. This external practice of gratitude strengthens relationships and deepens your own sense of well-being. Gratitude also works as a powerful antidote to envy and resentment. When we focus on what we have, rather than what others possess, we free ourselves from destructive emotions. A Stoic might look at another's success and feel inspired rather than jealous, seeing it as evidence of what is possible. This shift in mindset elevates both personal growth and interpersonal harmony. Let us revisit an example from antiquity. The Roman slave Epictetus, who despite his harsh conditions, found joy in the smallest aspects of life. His teachings on gratitude resonate even now, demonstrating that wealth and power are not prerequisites for happiness. By practicing gratitude daily, we too can cultivate this resilient mindset. 5. Embrace negative visualization. Seneca wrote, "He robs present ills of their power, who has perceived their coming." Negative visualization is not about dwelling on worst-case scenarios. It is about preparing your mind for inevitable challenges, making them less daunting when they arise. By imagining the loss of things you value, health, possessions, relationships, you build resilience and deepen your appreciation for the present. This habit serves as a mental rehearsal for adversity. Athletes visualize races, soldiers imagine battles, and Stoics picture life's hardships. Consider a parent who envisions their child leaving for college. While bittersweet, this exercise allows them to cherish the fleeting moments of their child's presence more deeply. Negative visualization also reveals the impermanence of life, helping us focus on what truly matters. Picture Marcus Aurelius, seated at dawn, imagining the potential failures of his day, not to discourage himself, but to prepare his mind for the unexpected. This practice fortified him against emotional turmoil, allowing him to respond with reason and calm. Practical steps: set aside a few moments each week to reflect on what life might be like without something you currently take for granted. Imagine losing your job, your car, or even your ability to walk. This is not an exercise in despair, but in strengthening gratitude and mental fortitude. By confronting loss in your mind, you reduce its emotional impact in reality. Modern parallels include financial planners who consider potential market crashes to safeguard investments. By anticipating hardships, they act with greater clarity and confidence. Similarly, firefighters train for worst-case scenarios, allowing them to remain calm and effective in emergencies. These practices mirror Stoic principles, proving their timeless relevance. Reflect further on the example of a student preparing for an exam. They visualize potential setbacks, forgetting key concepts, or running out of time. By doing so, they reinforce their preparation and develop strategies to stay calm under pressure. This habit, applied consistently, transforms anxiety into readiness. An additional example can be drawn from the life of a traveler. Imagine preparing for a trip by considering all that could go wrong: missed flights, lost luggage, language barriers. While this might seem pessimistic, it allows the traveler to approach their journey with equanimity, knowing they are mentally and practically prepared. Such visualization turns uncertainty into a manageable challenge. 6. Control your inner dialogue. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking, wrote Marcus Aurelius. The mind is both our greatest ally and our fiercest enemy. Controlling your inner dialogue, the constant chatter in your head, is crucial to mastering your emotions and actions. The Stoics taught that we must challenge destructive thoughts and replace them with constructive ones. When faced with failure, for example, instead of thinking, "I'm not good enough," consider, "This is an opportunity to learn and improve." This shift in perspective is not merely positive thinking, but a deliberate act of mental discipline. Consider Viktor Frankl, the Holocaust survivor and psychiatrist who found meaning even in the darkest moments. In the face of immense suffering, he reframed his experience as an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. His ability to control his inner dialogue preserved his hope and inspired countless others. Practical application: practice mindfulness to become aware of your thoughts. When negativity arises, pause and ask, "Is this thought true? Is it helpful?" Replace it with a thought that aligns with your values and goals. Over time, this rewiring of your inner dialogue fosters resilience and clarity. Use a journal to document these shifts, tracking how you navigate mental obstacles. Another exercise involves creating affirmations rooted in Stoic principles. Repeat phrases such as, "I have control over my response," or "This challenge is an opportunity for growth." These affirmations act as mental anchors, guiding you through uncertainty. Pair these affirmations with breathing techniques to calm your mind, especially in moments of heightened stress. An effective exercise involves writing down your most persistent negative thoughts and systematically challenging them. For example, "I always fail at new endeavors" can be countered with evidence of past successes or a reminder that failure is a natural part of growth. This practice transforms your inner dialogue from a critic into a coach. 7. Remember the impermanence of life. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think, Marcus Aurelius reminds us. Far from morbid, the Stoic reflection on mortality is a call to live authentically and intentionally. By acknowledging life's impermanence, we are inspired to focus on what truly matters. This habit, known as memento mori, urges us to prioritize relationships, pursue meaningful work, and let go of trivial concerns. Imagine a man who, after surviving a near-death experience, begins to cherish every moment with his family. His newfound perspective transforms his life, aligning it with his deepest values. Reflect on the Roman generals who, during their victory parades, had slaves whisper, "Remember you are mortal," to keep them grounded. This practice ensured humility and focus, even at the height of success. Similarly, in our modern lives, reminders of mortality can inspire humility and purpose. Practical steps. Reflect on your mortality daily. This might mean meditating on the phrase memento mori, or writing a journal entry about what you would do if today were your last. Use this practice to eliminate distractions and focus on living a life true to your principles. Additionally, engage in rituals that remind you of life's fleeting nature, such as visiting cemeteries or studying historical figures who shaped the world despite short lives. Contemporary examples include entrepreneurs who embrace memento mori by taking calculated risks, knowing that time is finite. This awareness drives them to act decisively and pursue their passions without delay. Likewise, artists who understand life's brevity often pour profound emotion into their work, creating pieces that resonate across generations. Consider a family setting. Aside time to discuss their shared goals and values, inspired by the awareness that life is fleeting. These conversations deepen bonds and align their collective efforts towards meaningful endeavors. By remembering impermanence, we not only enrich our individual lives, but also strengthen the connections we hold most dear. 8. Serve a greater purpose. What we do echoes in eternity, Marcus Aurelius once wrote. Serving a purpose greater than oneself is not only a path to meaning, but also a cornerstone of resilience. When our actions are guided by a sense of contribution and altruism, we transcend personal struggles and align with a higher calling. This habit requires reflection on how your talents and virtues can benefit others and the world. Consider the story of a young doctor dedicating her life to providing health care in underserved regions. Her sense of purpose gives her the strength to endure hardships and overcome challenges. Similarly, think of a teacher who goes beyond the curriculum to inspire students, planting seeds of wisdom and curiosity that will grow for generations. These examples highlight how a commitment to something greater fosters inner strength and fulfillment. To cultivate this habit, begin by identifying your unique strengths and passions. Ask yourself, how can I use these to serve others? Start small. Volunteer for community projects, mentor a colleague, or simply perform acts of kindness without expecting recognition. Over time, these actions build a sense of connection and purpose that shields you from life's trivial frustrations. Historical examples abound. Marcus Aurelius himself saw his role as emperor not as an opportunity for personal gain, but as a duty to serve the Roman people. This perspective allowed him to weather political turmoil and personal loss with unwavering dedication. In our modern lives, we can emulate this mindset by viewing our work, relationships, and challenges as opportunities to contribute to the greater good. Practical application. Write a personal mission statement that articulates your values and how you want to serve others. Revisit it regularly to ensure your actions align with this purpose. Additionally, seek out mentors or role models who embody service and learn from their approach. Remember, serving a greater purpose doesn't always require grand gestures. Even small, consistent efforts can create ripples of positive change. 9. Practice forgiveness. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy, Marcus Aurelius wisely observed. Forgiveness is a practice that frees us from the shackles of resentment and anger. By letting go of grievances, we reclaim our emotional energy and create space for peace and growth. This habit is essential for navigating the complexities of relationships and maintaining emotional balance. Forgiveness in the Stoic sense is not about excusing harmful behavior, but about recognizing that holding on to anger harms us more than it harms the offender. Epictetus taught, "It is not the actions of others that disturb us, but our interpretations of them." By reframing our perspective, we can release ourselves from the weight of past wrongs. Consider the story of Nelson Mandela, who after decades of imprisonment chose reconciliation over revenge. His ability to forgive not only healed a nation, but also demonstrated the transformative power of letting go. On a smaller scale, think of a friend who, despite being betrayed, chooses to rebuild trust and focuses on the positive aspects of their relationship. These examples illustrate how forgiveness is a gift we give ourselves. Practical steps. When wronged, take a moment to reflect on the situation. Ask yourself, is holding on to this anger serving me? What can I learn from this experience? Write a letter to the person who hurt you, not to send, but to articulate your feelings and release them. Additionally, practice self-forgiveness. Recognize that you too are human and capable of mistakes. By forgiving yourself, you model the compassion you wish to extend to others. Forgiveness also aligns with the Stoic practice of separating what we can control from what we cannot. We cannot change the past or others' actions, but we can control our response. By choosing forgiveness, we assert our agency and cultivate inner peace. This habit, while challenging, is one of the most liberating and empowering steps on the Stoic path. 10. Reflect and refine daily. We should every night call ourselves to an account. Seneca advised, "What infirmity have I mastered today? What passions opposed? What temptation resisted? What virtue acquired?" Daily reflection is the Stoics' tool for self-improvement, a ritual that transforms each day into a stepping stone toward excellence. This habit involves reviewing your actions, thoughts, and decisions with honesty and humility. It is not about self-criticism, but about learning and growth. By identifying areas for improvement, you set the stage for continuous refinement. Imagine an artist meticulously evaluating their work each evening, making notes for adjustments that will elevate their craft. Similarly, a Stoic treats life as an ongoing masterpiece, refining it day by day. Consider the story of a business leader who ends each day by journaling about their successes and challenges. This practice allows them to celebrate progress while identifying blind spots. Over time, these reflections foster clarity and intentionality, leading to better decisions and stronger relationships. Practical application. Set aside time each evening for reflection. Use a journal to answer questions such as, "What did I do well today? What could I have done better? Did my actions align with my values?" This practice not only enhances self-awareness, but also reinforces your commitment to living virtuously. To deepen this habit, Integrate gratitude and goal setting into your reflections. Acknowledge the day's blessings while setting intentions for tomorrow. Pair this with moments of stillness or meditation to ground yourself in the present. Over time, this nightly ritual becomes a source of strength and guidance, enabling you to navigate life with grace and purpose. Historical parallels include the Meditations of Marcus Aurelius, a work born from his nightly reflections. These writings, meant only for himself, became a timeless guide for others. By engaging in daily reflection, we, too, can create a personal legacy of wisdom and growth. These 10 habits, inspired by the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius and other Stoic philosophers, are more than strategies. They are a way of life. By integrating them into our daily routines, we cultivate resilience, clarity, and a profound sense of purpose. Let us strive together, not to extinguish all challenges, but to meet them with fortitude and grace. In doing so, we transform not only our own lives, but also the world around us.